Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this edition of Tabloid Tarot, where we unveil celebrity news stories that might hit the tabloids next and dig into old scandals that still cause a stir. In today's viewer-requested Tabloid Tarot, we are taking a peek at the mystery woman who reportedly moved in with Shawn Mendes. We are tossing Charlie Travers into the spotlight to be Tabloid Tarot. So let's see what message we get about Charlie from her higher self. Okay, so we have Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. We have relaxation, peace, tranquility, and easiness. We have slave, light attributes, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. We have white pine, longevity, bright future. And we have this worthiness card, which is really about working on yourself and your self-esteem, your confidence, your ego, and kind of building up this I guess a more realistic and value of yourself, and trying to achieve the best version of yourself possible and being in line with that. These cards kind of indicate, healing and relaxation and really tapping into her light. I'm going to move these around because I know I'm going to be taking up a lot of space in this spread. So this kind of indicates her using, I would say, being open to different types of healing, spiritual healing, energetic healing, and really tapping into that energy and allowing that sense of maybe her kind of having a lower sense of value or believing that, kind of trying to let go of that and really shine her inner light a bit more. And here with this slave card, she might have a tendency to submit to ideas, beliefs, people, with this idea that there's a higher service that she is performing, but perhaps she needs to focus more on service to herself and placing more value on herself as opposed to an idea or kind of authority that someone else might have or hold some type of confirmation or validation that she thinks might be valuable. So let's go ahead and explore the juicy details of Charlie's life. I'll go ahead and put out the cards and then go through the positions and meanings. Okay, so here we have self-perspective, 8 of Wands, how she shines her light. We have the 4 of Wands, what tempts her darkness, the Death card. Her ambition, we have the 2 of Swords. In terms of outlook on love, we have this Temperance card. In terms of outlook on career, we have the High Priestess. Her current focus, 6 of Pentacles. What's influencing her, we have the 6 of Swords, and the intended impact or next steps, we have the Devil card here. So I will say, I believe in the reading I did for her and Shawn, I think that the Devil card showed up as on her side kind of the potential for her to misuse her authority, her power. And I think it's interesting that we have here this Temperance card, this High Priestess, and Death, these major arcana cards, kind of indicating more, I would say, more peaceful and balanced approaches to things or outlook on this is for love and for career. And then in terms of what tempts her darkness is this Death card. It's, change. So the devil here, I would say, is part of certain darkness for her to, this is supposed to be the intended impact, like what is, like the planned course of action, how that might go. So it does seem like this sense of healing and finding her inner light, which kind of this High Priestess and Temperance is kind of shining up for me. In this concept of slave and worthiness, and whether or not she will kind of fall into the more negative aspects of feelings of self-worth and like power differentials or not. So here with this Eight of Wands perspective of herself, it's as if she thinks like she is progressing, advancing in life, kind of getting towards like her goals. I'm going to clarify that. We have the Seven of Pentacles here. So the things that she has like planned for herself, it seems like she is kind of on track for what she anticipated, or possibly even ahead of where she thought she would be at this point, or could be at this point. In terms of this Four of Wands, this is how she shines her light. So it seems like the best parts of her come out in like social settings where there's celebrations, gatherings, parties, and intentions for having, like, I would say, a sense of stability and freedom at the same time, or having kind of, that's what the Four of Wands to me is about. It's like people coming together and having successes they've already had and kind of planning their next steps, and also having like freedom to kind of choose whichever direction they're going into, but having their past successes really allowing them to be in that position of being a little bit more assured of themselves. So I'm going to clarify that. We have the Page of Cups. So I feel like she really wants to help people pursue their potential and have like this approach to life of like limited possibilities and being able to accomplish whatever you want. So here, that's how she, I guess, the best use of her light. But here, what tempts her darkness with this Death card, that's about changes and losses. So it might be other people's losses, people who have lost things, who are going through a transformation, who aren't really sure how to, approach this new day ahead. So here, it's almost like she shines her light by kind of helping people get in touch with that inner joy, but she understands that a lot of people who come to her or approach her like that want her assistance in finding that inner joy. It also tempts her darkness in terms of like maybe that power differential, knowing that she has that power. So here, if we look at it, from Sean's point of view, if he was really connecting with her because he's going through emotional loss about the breakup with Camilla again, or just in a transformational stage of his life where he's trying to make meaning of his life, and it seems like she would be in a position to help, but also that kind of being able to be a guide in that might tempt her darkness. So I'm going to clarify this. We have this Justice card here. So there does seem to have a power. Her having power to help people find their sense of truth and balance. I feel like people coming to her to help in these things, or her offering help in these areas, tempts her darkness. So in terms of the Two of Swords, current ambitions kind of indicates that it's really not clear what her ambitions are. Maybe she doesn't necessarily want to make a choice, or she's just really not trusting herself to make a choice about what she should do. So let's clarify that. We have the Knight of Swords. So it's almost as if there's a lot of talking going on, a lot of like opinions that she might be offering. Maybe like, this is what I could do, or this is potentially what I could do, but in terms of actually following through, there's not necessarily a plan of action or a decision that's made. With Temperance here, this is kind of like her outlook on love. So it is a sense of trying to find balance, and also trying to avoid the extremes. And this card does come before the Devil card in tarot. So I feel like she might be currently trying to actively focus on helping someone with, a certain transition, or going through a certain transition herself and trying to find her own truth and sharing that, this with someone else, and making sure that the focus is on moving through this phase with keeping an eye on the prize and trying to be the best version of herself doing that, and trying to avoid extremes and temptations of the devil. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify that Temperance card. We have the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like, the outlook is that if she does try to kind of take a moderate approach towards love, not necessarily rush things, allow things to be balanced, then she'll find she'll have an opportunity for something significant to spark in terms of love, aspects of love. So in terms of her career, we have the High Priestess. So I feel like she does believe that her career is going to be focused on using her intuition, tapping into her senses and her emotions to help guide people and help them to find the information within themselves, or the answers within themselves. So here we have the Hermit. So that concept of inner knowing and kind of introspection, and going on a journey to really help to be, that concept of enlightenment. So here, this longevity and bright future, I feel like that really taps into this High Priestess and Hermit as well. So I do think that there is a sense of, for her career, the things that she does or will do might not make a lot of sense to people. It might not be a clear trajectory or a clear path, but it's almost like that's her path to pursue, and she's okay with that. Here with the focus being the Six of Pentacles, it could be she's trying to make some money, earn some money right now. And it could be here we've got the the scales over here, like maybe scales of justice. It could be that she is actually getting paid by Sean to help him through this certain period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that focus. We have here the King of Cups. So it does seem like kind of helping, getting paid to help someone find their emotional stability, to kind of, I do think that that resonates in terms of helping Sean to heal, to really become that emotionally stable and mature romantic individual who can on his own deal with the ups and downs of life and find his truth, so that he can possibly help others. He could also be trying to learn from her how to be like an emotional healer, or this be open to healing information, relaxation. So I feel like it is more of a paid situation, her focus here of helping people. So let's see, Six of Swords being the influence, what's influencing her. So this is another card of healing and moving on. We have here the World. So it could be that she does plan to travel, like whatever her current job is right now. If she is serving as like a healer, or just like someone who goes online and talks about healing, it seems like she does want some type of travel, or maybe she wants to be able to do it wherever in the world she feels like going. So here, the intended impact, or like the next steps for her, we have here the Devil. So, maybe it's more that she is trying to help someone, maybe Sean, deal with his own internal like demons, to help others recognize that they are not a slave to society or other people's wishes. So let's go ahead and clarify this Devil card and see what we have here. We have the Three of Pentacles. And that's like about, teamwork and like working together to to accentuate and build upon skills and talents of others. So it could be that this concept of worthiness isn't necessarily just her own worthiness. If you kind of buy into that thought that people tend to want to help others with issues that they have problems with themselves, then it could be that this worthiness isn't, it's something that Charlie has had to deal with, this concept of being a slave. It's something that she has dealt with, is working through, or already has worked through, and is helping to use this to help other people deal with their own kind of demons. And I would say when it comes to, what tempts her darkness, when you're dealing with people who have had losses and they're trying to find their truth, it might stir up issues with her own journey, and trying to deal with her demons, her sense of self-worth, and what she gives up, the power that she gives up in exchange for something that might in the short term boost her ego, but there is a focus on when it comes to her love and career, to being more in line with the higher self, something greater than herself, and something that is enlightening, and I would say more than superficial. So thanks for watching this edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.